Hey everybody, this is Marsha B from MarshaBTV.com, and we are into part 2, the interview series with Chucky Thompson. I'm excited because we're into part 2. And this week we are definitely going to be talking about beat hustle. Look at Chucky's eyes. Can you please explain that terminology, beat hustle? Look at his eyes. I'm like, whoa. I explained it, but I want to apologize to you guys. A little snippet, just a little tiny piece of it. I deleted by accident and I couldn't get it back. So hopefully you guys can still hear it or understand what I'm trying to say to him. Also, the infamous DB, I wanted to give props to him. I need to get permission first if I could give a shout out. But I want to thank the one and only Daoud Baptiste of Baptiste Music, an old classmate of mine. Our mothers used to work together. He is like so cool, and I'm trying to get this outtake where you hear him in the background and we're just like cracking up without giving away any of the other information. So I'm trying to figure it out. It is so funny because you have to see Chucky's face. He is like, what in the world? They are cutting up, like right in the middle of the interview. It is just like so super cool. I love it. This is what friendship's about, building relationships are about, and also this interview. Again, this is my best interview today because to have somebody so humble, to work with the great people, and to be diplomatic on top of that. No hate, no shade at all. I think some of the musicians and producers today, they do need to take note because I know hate in attrition and feuding breeds record sales, but honestly, in the forefront and on the back end, what does it do to the relationship? Because you always have in the back of their mind, did they really mean that? I know that was a gimmick, but is he really down with me? Is he really for me? Why even go there? Just make great music, and if the music is there, and if it's really great and it reaches the heart, you're going to get your sales. So, I want you guys to sit back, watch part 2 of the Chucky Thompson interview, Throwback Thursday, Marsha B TV, Baptiste Music. Well, I read that you were a former beat hustler, and I love that terminology.
Okay,
That was really cute.
explain that term, beat hustler.
You had to do what you needed to do.
Right.
So I really admire that. So how did you know during that time period that this was it? This is what I wanted to do. This is me for life. This is my career.
Well, once you work a job and you have to take, orders from other people and you just, it's just a day-to-day hustle of doing something that it's not really you, but it's just to make money. And then having the opportunity to work with local artists and actually seeing an artist get signed and, I knew exactly what I want. I knew what I didn't want to do. So it's almost like I just created a situation where I could do it all day long, and I was charging and trying to get some money from it, but, the industry was evolving. I started seeing that it was making a lot of money. It's just about who you align yourself with and just pursuing it and not giving up. So, I just turned the situation that I love to do into a career. So, it's still a grind, it's still a hustle. You're going to have some things that work for you, some things that work against you. You just have to stay focused and, determined.
Now, I read in the background that you did work for Puffy and how everything got started, and you became the first hitman for Bad Boy. Now, as being labeled as a hitman for Bad Boy, are you able to pick and choose who you want to work with?
Well, the actual relationship between Puffy and I was manager. He was my manager. So basically he worked for me. And in that situation, in that deal, he was looking to become more of a producer. So the way it worked out is a lot of the work that he was getting, I was pretty much the one that was doing the work for him. But then, as the records come out, as success started to follow with the records, yeah, you're more able to pick and choose certain things that you want to do versus, you know, things you have to do. But for the most part, it's also relationships. So a lot of relationships came through Puff. And, you know, it's just, you hope and pray that it's something that people will appreciate. You know, it's still a gamble. So it's just a matter of staying in tune with what's happening and hoping that, you know, the music or the ideas that you're putting out there, things that people are going through. You know, I really like to vibe with the artists and get with the artists and those kind of things. So, you know, that's endless. It's just once records come out, certain people love your records. They want to work with you. You know, same thing. You hear certain records, you want to work with them. And it's just a matter of making the connection and hoping that we all vibe on the same page and we can make, you know, some history.
Now, speaking of the grind, I read and I really like the fact that you said you played several different instruments.
Yeah.
And if I read it correctly, I read about how you would go in one studio, play this instrument, then you would finish up there, you would go to the next studio, play an instrument, and work with a different artist. How did you learn to play so many different instruments at a young age?
Well, me playing so many different instruments, I had asthma growing up. So a lot of my time spent, you know, in the streets was limited. So for Christmas, I used to always ask for, you know, give me some drums or keyboard or guitar or whatever, you know. But it was just a God-given talent. Like, I thought that everybody could pick up a guitar and just goof around with it and figure it out because I could do it, you know. And with me being from this whole go-go, you know, playing with all of the different bands and just kind of passing off ideas and things, for me to go to New York, and it wasn't a lot of producers that actually played instruments. You know, they sampled and they did different things with the beats. They were pretty much beat makers. But, you know, just my hospitality of it all, I would just walk in different rooms and be like, you know, we just, you know, Easy Mo B, for example, was one of the guys that, you know, he was working on Big, and he had all these records, and he's going through these samples, and I just picked up a guitar and just started playing in the middle of him producing a record. And he was like, yo, what's that? And I said, it's yours if you want it. And he would just take pieces of what I was doing, just like he was taking pieces of records. I'm giving him pieces. So it just became a situation where I would just donate my talent. And it kind of created this whole hitman thing because, I mean, I just felt like, okay, if we all here together and it's a house that we're building, you know, let's build this house. Let's you know, let me see what I can do to donate some time and some music and some vibes and see what can happen. And it turned into this whole hitman thing. But, I mean, I was just being me.
That was part 2 of my interview with Chucky Thompson for Throwback Thursday. What did you guys think of that one? I like this particular interview because it is laying down the foundation of how Chucky learned to play the instruments, how he learned how to create an experience. He created the job that he wants, basically. And it's basically teaching you that you can too. He was in the right environment. He honed it. He just seized the opportunity. He hustled. Did you see his eyes? Did you see his eyes? He tried not to give it away, but I saw that. I was like, I saw that, Chucky. I saw that. I saw that. I just thought it was, like, cool because he was trying to be really, like, but when I saw it, I was like, okay, I totally get what you're saying. But if you notice at the bottom, I put some little things down there for you guys. He created the situation. He kind of created it for himself. So if it's anything that you want to do, anything that you dream about, he persevered. He kept it going. He kept it moving until he got to where he wanted to be. Also, if you notice, he said there also in the interview that sometimes things went right, sometimes things went wrong. Just because things go wrong doesn't mean that it's not meant for you to have that dream. So don't let that setback keep you from getting where you need to go. And you guys also saw DB. So that's super cool also. He's like super cool. He's a really cool guy. So I wanted to let you guys know next week we're going to have a little snippet of a Throwback Thursday because I am moving. I will be back with the rest of the interviews within a couple of weeks, and then I'll be at the studio shooting. So I'm really excited about that. I am moving, and one part of my home is going to be a studio where people can come out and hang out and do interviews. Selected people, that is. And the other side is going to be my home. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to have it decorated, set up, everything, the coolest thing ever. Also, I am getting ready to take a video editing class for myself because I said in the past I didn't have the support that I needed in order to make this TV show work. So this time, I, Marsha B, am learning from the ground up how to make my TV show work, how to make my YouTube channel work. I'm learning to use the tools myself to get where I need to go. I don't need to depend on anyone else for the major stuff, especially if I know how to do it myself. So people, if you can learn how to create your own dream and learn the steps to get there, by all means do it. Because depending on someone else who really doesn't have the same interest, it gets you nowhere. Just ask me, okay? So with that being said, peace out. I am gone. I will see you in a couple of weeks, but I will have Rite Aid Junkie segment. Also, I go behind the scenes into the nail salon where I get my nails done. I've been getting a lot of emails about that. I will show you pictures. No video because they didn't want me to do video. Because they were nervous. They didn't want to get behind the camera. They were so nervous. So I did get pictures, and I got pictures of the salon. So you guys will get a chance to see that. So until next time, I want to say maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I'm still going to have a snippet in between. This is Marsha B. I'm signing off for Throwback Thursday. Thursday. See you guys later. Peace. Oh, no. Every time. Peace.